So Zoom had an outage. What does that mean for you? Right? So in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what could be done in place of a platform having an outage. My name is Georgie-Ann. I am the CEO and founder of GSD Solutions. We are a B2B tech advisory firm. So let's dive in, and I got some notes so we can stay on track. First things first. Always have a contingency plan. A contingency plan is simply a backup plan. And when you are creating an event, so we're going to talk about events because that's what most people use Zoom for. And when I say events, that could look like meetings, quick chats, calls, one-to-one sessions, conferences, webinars, you name it, right? That's what the majority of people that are using Zoom, especially small business owners or individuals that are using Zoom, that's what they're using it for. Always have a contingency plan. Have a backup. In case this does not work, what do we do? Do we switch to a phone call? Do we switch to a Google Meet? Do we switch to another platform, right? Do we just cancel the meeting and reschedule for another date and time? Always have a contingency. And when we're thinking of contingency plans, the three primary buckets I like to put contingency plans into when we're doing client events is security and access. What do we do if we cannot get into the platform for whatever reason? Someone can't be authenticated. There's a firewall. Like, what do we do in case of security and access issues? That's first. Second, audio-visual issues. What do we do in the event of audio-visual issues? We cannot hear the person. We cannot see the person. The person cannot hear us. They can't see us. Like any general AV, the lighting is terrible. What do we do in the event of that? And is there anything that we could do before the session to help prevent that? The next one is going to be platform and technical issues. That's what we saw yesterday when Zoom had the outage. In the event of platform and technical issues, where do we move to? Do we move? Who in the rank of the chain can say yes we move or yes we cancel and reschedule? A lot of times you won't need your contingency plan, but in the event like things like yesterday happens, you will need to execute it. So it's best to have a contingency plan that you never use than to not have a contingency plan and you need to use it. So that's thing first, right? That's the first thing. Have a contingency plan at all times. And when clients work with us, we always create a contingency plan. I'll tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, we did a client event. It was a conference for people in the angel investing industry and VC industry. And it was a lot of moving parts, a lot of high-level speakers. And the thing is, we were trying a new platform. So the platform was new, but they said it was working, was fine, everything was great. Until it wasn't, until it broke. Literally mid-event, the platform broke. But we had a contingency plan and we were able to switch to just doing the session on YouTube that fast. And the client was so happy with us that we knew to switch to YouTube. And it's because we had the contingency plan. Did we want to use a contingency plan? No. But when we're under pressure, under stress like that, we had the contingency plan available and we simply activated it and everything went smooth. So now let's go to thing number 2 here, right? Look at the bigger picture. A lot of us only focused on the fact that Zoom meetings and, webinar was broken. Zoom has a huge ecosystem. Take a look at this graphic here. This is the entire Zoom ecosystem. So there's everything from contact center to revenue accelerator to emails to the AI companion. There are so many tools in this kit, and Zoom is such a powerhouse. I'm not 100% sure if everything in this kit went down on the outage, because when you think of a business, and I don't want to get too technical, I don't know everyone's technical capacity that's watching this video, is that they may not have all of their things in one server place, because that's actually a bad idea. So they may have different parts. So Zoom clips maybe in one place, Zoom meetings, Zoom webinars, Zoom events, Zoom contact center, Zoom phone, maybe in different places, and have different servers and different ways that they operate in the back end. And so one part may be down, but the other parts may not be down. I know for certain that Zoom meetings and Zoom events and like the video conferencing tools did go down, but we have to look at, there's a larger ecosystem of what Zoom can do. And then that brings me to the third thing. Nothing is stable. That is true for life. That is true for technology. That is true for everything in the world around us. We all saw what happened a few years ago with the global pandemic, right? And everything was changed and everything was shook up, and we all started relying on platforms like Zoom to keep us going for work and life and interacting. I can't even tell you how many birthday parties, funerals, how many weddings, how many things and events that Zoom kept happening when the pandemic was going on. And then now we're experiencing another shake in the economy with the tariffs and a lot of different technologies coming out, AI. Like, there's so many things that makes the ecosystem, the economy unstable. And I think we slowly start going into an illusion of stability when things have been working for a long period of time. And we forget that it can break at any point and that things can change. Life is constant change. So what do we do about that? Here, I have an answer for you, right? That's why we get back to step one, always having a backup plan, always having a contingency, and then making sure there's a backup to the backup to the backup. And what that looks like is taking a deeper look at your tech stack, especially if you are a scaling business, and seeing what are the redundant lines within your business, right? Do you have redundant connectivity lines, right? If the internet goes out on this one, do we have like a backup coax line? Do we have tools that are like our primary service of business that if this one doesn't work, we could use this one? So for example, with the Zoom going out, right, most people have a Microsoft 360 or a Google Workplace email, and both of those email services have a video conferencing solution. So in the event that your Zoom is broken, you can just tap into your redundant line, aka your Google Meet, your Microsoft Teams video. So there were alternative options that people could take advantage of. But if you never have a system of how you activate this contingency plan, if you never train your team on the tools that are inside of your tech stack, then they will be, what is it, chicken and headlights or however the saying goes. They'll be like, what do we do now? They start panicking. And how you keep people calm is letting them know that there is a plan and we are going to execute that plan. Another thing is that where are you storing your data? Are people able to access information when things go crazy? Are people able to, is the information able to be still secure and safe, right? What is your cybersecurity looking like? So there's a lot of pieces that happen, and we oftentimes think in one thing or one piece, but there's a larger ecosystem at play. So just, be mindful. And to recap the three things, right? Be aware that you need to have a contingency plan at all times. Look at the bigger picture. There's more moving parts here. And then number three, nothing is stable. So just be mindful of that in all the work that you do. So if this was helpful for you, go ahead and like this video. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts, your opinions. And if you have any questions on how you can enhance your cybersecurity, your data, you're creating a contingency plan within your business, go ahead and schedule a consultation with myself and my team over at gsdsolutionsinc.com/let's talk. This is the stuff that we do on a daily basis, figuring out ways that our clients and our team members could work smarter, be more efficient, save money, and then maximize their productivity with the time that they have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.